The rise of Nottingham Forest.
Steve Cooper has been sacked as the Nottingham Forest manager.
Steve Cooper is expected at the club's training ground today to say his goodbyes.
Forest grew tired of the same old thing, and although Cooper did a terrific job with them, it shows they had more ambition. They took a risk.
It is Nuno. He has joined the club on a 2.5-year contract.
In the 2022-23 season under Steve Cooper, they had a real defensive issue, ranking 18th in the league for XG conceded, conceding 68 goals across that season and underperforming their XG. Now what this tells you is that Forest made a lot of silly defensive errors, really highlighting that they weren't getting the basics right. And in that season they only averaged 1 point per match. Now in the following season, the 2023-24 season, Forest really didn't show any sign of improvement under Steve Cooper. So naturally, they felt it was time for a change. Nuno Espirito Santo was appointed in December 2023. Now interestingly enough, Cooper left Forest in 17th. Nuno comes in and keeps Forest in 17th place, and that's where they finished the season, avoiding relegation, which is great obviously, and actually seeing a decline of -5 in their XG. So on the face of it, it shows no improvement at all. Well, there was actually an improvement, but it was hiding in the numbers. Although Forest was still conceding goals, they had now learned to restrict teams to lower XG chances. So remember earlier I mentioned that Steve Cooper and his team had lost touch of the basics of how to defend? Well, that was Nuno's first job. He set his sights clearly on that, and it shows in the data. So Nuno's defensive principles actually propelled them up the XG conceded table to 5th place, allowing an XG of 53.3, but still conceding 67 goals. Again, fitting in very much with the trend we saw from the season before of underperforming. But still they had actually gotten worse. So hang on a second. They go up the XG conceded table, coming 5th in the league, but the stats say they've gotten worse? That doesn't make any sense. But it does make sense when you look at this. Nottingham Forest's kryptonite that season was set pieces. Last season they conceded 22 goals from set pieces, the worst in the league, after only conceding 12 XG from set piece situations. And this is where their main underperformance lied. You take the set pieces out, and from open play, that is where they really improved. And so because of that, Forest could only see good signs for the season ahead. And instead of sacking Nuno, they trusted the data. The decision not to sack Nuno that season might have just been one of their best decisions in their history, because this season has been a revelation for them. So let's take a look at how Forest have transformed and if it shows any sign of continuing.